Hello and welcome to Raju Notes channel, your pit stop for weekly current affairs updates. The updates tailor-made for students taking all kinds of competitive exams like UPSC, civils, defense and placement interviews. Please subscribe to the channel and stay updated every Sunday.
BAPS Akshardham Temple, said to be the second largest Hindu temple in the world, will be inaugurated in US New Jersey on October 8th as per reports. The temple covers around 162 acres, coming next only to Cambodia's Angkor Wat, around 400 acres. It's said to be the world's largest Hindu temple built outside India in the modern era. Chandrayaan 3's Pragyan rover couldn't leave clear imprints of India's national emblem and the ISRO's logo onto the moon's surface despite having them embossed in its rear wheels. ISRO chairman S. Somnath confirmed to the Times of India. The lunar soil is not actually acting dusty, but it is lumpy, Somnath said. Something is binding the soil. We need to study what is binding it, he further added. India and United Nations launched a joint capacity building initiative for the Global South on Sunday this week. The India-UN Capacity Building Initiative aims to share India's development experiments, best practices and expertise with partnering countries in Global South through capacity building and training programs. The initiative was announced by the India-UN for the Global South in New York. The India-UN Development Partnership Fund has developed a portfolio of 75 development projects in 61 countries in last 6 years. As part of this initiative, the UN India team and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation will partner to leverage India's Technical and Economic Cooperation Forum. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh inaugurated Bharat Drone Shakti 2023 at IAF Hindon Base in Ghaziabad on 25th September. Bharat Drone Shakti 2023 is witnessing participation from more than 75 drone startups and companies. It is expected to attract around 5,000 attendees, including representatives from central government, state departments, public and private industries, armed forces, paramilitary forces and representatives from friendly countries. Bharat Drone Shakti will give a flip to India's commitment to becoming a global drone hub by 2030. The first C-295 MW transport aircraft was also formally inducted in the presence of Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh at the Indian Air Force Base in Hindon. India has formalized the acquisition of 56 Airbus C-295 aircraft to replace the Indian Air Force Avro fleet. The C-295 is used for tactical transport of up to 71 troops or 50 paratroopers and for conducting logistic operations to locations that are not accessible by heavier aircraft. A deal between United States and Vietnam on the sale of arms was discussed at length during the two official meetings between them last month. Though the terms and conditions of the deal are yet to be finalized, it is assumed that the deal could help cash-trap Vietnam by steering it away from the traditional reliance on lower-cost Russian-made arms. The deal, expected to finalize next year, will involve the sale of newly upgraded American F-16 fighter jets. Termed as one of the largest arms transfer in history between the two nations, the deal could irk China and sideline Russia, according to the experts. The Indian women's cricket team made the country proud by securing gold at the Asian Games being held at Hangzhou, China on Monday this week. Women in blue beat Sri Lanka in a closely fought final match. This is India's first gold medal in the sport at the Asian Games. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Union Sports Minister Anurag Thakur congratulated the women's cricket team for their victory. Shafali Verma, a member of the gold-winning team, thanked India for its support. She also said the team is looking forward to play at the Olympics in future. The Department of Drinking Water and Sanitation has introduced a unified registration portal for GOBAR dhan to streamline the registration of compressed biogas and biogas plants nationwide. over 1,163 biogas plants and 426 compressed biogas plants have successfully registered on the portal to the date. These registered plants are eligible for assistance of Rs 1,500 per metric ton under the Market Development Assistance Scheme of the Department of Fertilizers under the Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers. The GOBAR dhan initiative will get a boost as these new guidelines will turbocharge the uptake of the organic fertilizers produced by the plants. After the success of the Chandrayaan-3, ISRO Chairman S. Somnath has said that the space agency is planning a mission to study Venus and is conceptualizing a project to land a spacecraft on Mars, among others. He added that ISRO is also coming up with a satellite called as ExoWorlds, which will study exoplanets, atmosphere, and if they are livable. While speaking at a United Nations meeting, Indian representative Ruchira Kamboj said India will continue raising its voice in support of the people of Afghanistan, calling India a friend of Afghans. Kamboj reaffirmed India's commitment to keeping Afghanistan close to our hearts. India has delivered assistance to Afghanistan in the form of food grains, medicines, and vaccines, she noted. Manipur government declared the state as disturbed area and extended the Armed Forces Special Powers Act (AFSPA) for 6 months beginning October 1st. However, 19 police stations of the valley have been excluded, as per an official notification. The step comes after a massive protests were held in Imphal on Tuesday against the kidnapping and killing of 2 students. North Korea has amended its constitution to bolster and expand its nuclear force and make it permanent. The country's parliament added the law into North Korea's constitution after 2 days of meetings. It was passed by North Korea's Supreme People Assembly (SPA), where leader Kim Jong-un addressed participants and called the move a historic event that provided a powerful political lever to boost national defense capabilities and protect national interests. The move, while mostly symbolic, reinforces North Korea's view that it is a forever nuclear power and that the idea of denuclearizing or giving up its weapon, a key demand of the US and its Western allies, is not up for discussion. Kim also justified Pyongyang's accelerating weapons development program by pointing to the trilateral military cooperation between the United States, South Korea, and Japan, which he called the worst actual threat. President Draupadi Murmu conferred National Service Scheme Awards 2021-22 at Rashtrapati Bhavan this week. The award was given to 52 persons for their contributions in social services. Youth Affairs and Sports Ministry confers National Service Scheme Award to recognize and award outstanding contribution towards voluntary community service. NSS is a central sector scheme which was launched in the year 1969 with the primary objective to develop the personality and character of the student, youth through voluntary community service. The 4th edition of Indo-Latin American Cultural Festival, organized by the Indian Council of Cultural Research (ICCR), began in New Delhi yesterday. Total 34 artists of 3 countries, that is Colombia, Ecuador, and Chile, were participating in the 2 days festival. On the first day of the festival, artists from Chile mesmerized the audience with their music and dance. ICCR President Dr. Vinay Sahasrabudhe said the festival is bringing together key stakeholders from India and Latin America to deliberate on the prospects of cultural and educational collaborations. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has lauded the performance of Indian players at Asian Games. In a series of social message posts, Mr. Modi congratulated Indian shooters for winning gold medal and men's 50 meters rifle 3PS event. Prime Minister also congratulated the women's team for winning a silver medal at the 10-meter air pistol women's team event. The medal tally of India as of today at the Asian Games 2023 at Hangzhou has risen to 35, including 8 gold, 13 silver, and 13 bronze. Teams India are currently at 5th position after China, Japan, South Korea, and Uzbekistan. The games will terminate on 8th of October this year. The first batch of fresh uranium, the nuclear fuel for first unit of Rupur Nuclear Power Plant RNPP of Bangladesh, has arrived in Bangladesh through a special air cargo. Sources said Director General of Russia State Atomic Energy Corporation, Rosatom, will hand over the fuel officially to the project authority in Rupur project on 5th of October. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and Russian President Vladimir Putin are expected to virtually join the function. Rosatom, as a Russian contractor, has been engaged in building the 2,400 megawatt Rupur nuclear power plant, having 2 units each of capacity of 1,200 megawatts. In a remarkable display of precision and coordination, the staff of Central Railway's Mumbai division successfully cleaned the Kakinada Port Express train within a 7-minute time frame, setting a new standard of efficiency in Indian Railways on the lines of the 7-minute cleaning miracle of Japanese bullet train. The trial cleaning was held on Thursday, that is 28 September 2023. The selected train, comprising a total of 20 coaches, arrived at the platform at 11:18 am, marking the commencement of operation. Swift and efficient actions by the security force staff ensured that the complete deboarding of the passengers was done by 11:30 am, allowing the cleaning staff to board the train promptly. Throughout the process, regular announcements were made urging the passengers to refrain from boarding the train and patiently await. The entire operation from initiation to completion was executed with precision, resulting in the train being ready for passengers boarding by 11:39 am. The successful execution of this trial was made possible by the combined effort of 110 cleaning staff, 11 security personnel, and 6 commercial staff, including 2 inspectors of work. The Indian Army and the US Army carried out a joint tactical exercise in Alaska as part of the ongoing 19th edition of exercise Yudhabhyas. The Indian Army contingent is comprised of 350 personnel, and the exercise will be conducted until October 8. The exercise involves several combat skills, including combat engineering, obstruction clearing, and others. And now for the segment where we see the events that unfolded itself this week back in history. 24 September 1957, Federal troops sent into Little Rock, Arkansas. On this day in 1957, racial desegregation took center stage when Federal troops were dispatched to Little Rock, Arkansas to maintain order and enforce the right of black students to attend the local public high school. 25th September 1513, Pacific Ocean sighted by Balboa. On this day or day later in 1513, Spanish conquistador and explorer Vasco Nuñez de Balboa, standing silent upon a peak in Darien of the Isthmus of Panama, became the first European to sight the Pacific Ocean. (26 September 1960), first televised US presidential debate. The first in a series of historic television debate seen by some 85 to 120 million viewers between United States presidential candidate John F. Kennedy and Vice President Richard M. Nixon was broadcasted this day in 1960. (27 September 1066), Norman conquest began. On this day in 1066, after being delayed by bad weather, William Duke of Normandy embarked his army and set sails for the southeastern coast of England in what would be known in the history as the Norman Conquest. (28 September 1542), California discovered. Explorer John Rodriguez Cabrillo, known as the discoverer of California, landed this day in 1542 near what is now San Diego and became the first European to set foot on the west coast of what would become the United States. (29 September 1923), British Mandate in Palestine. Set in motion by Balfour Declaration of 1917, the British mandate for establishment of a Jewish homeland in Palestine was finally approved by the Council of League of Nations and came into force this day in 1923. 30 September 1938, Munich Agreement signed. The notorious Munich Agreement, in which Britain's Neville Chamberlain encouraged Britain and France to appease Adolf Hitler's demand in the hope of preventing World War II, was reached on this day in 1938.
Well, that's all, friends, for this week's updates. See you soon next Sunday on the same channel. Till then, take care. Bye bye.